everybody. Welcome to That 90s Spider-Man show, where intelligent debate, healthy discussion, and hearty analysis can all be found on another podcast. My name's Henry. I'm one of your carriers today, and alongside me we have Jack. No funny words today, just Jack. That's all we need. How you doing, Jack?
Hi, I'm here, and I'm not got any funny words for you.
But that's okay, because we've got a whole episode of That 90s Spider-Man show, and by extension, a whole episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series. What are we talking about today, Jack?
We're talking about the Hobgoblin Part Two. I mean, I thought I'd get the title of the episode wrong, but that's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's just the Hobgoblin again.
Yeah. Like, 2Hob2Goblin?
Yeah. yeah, basically. Yeah, I've got a lot of Hobgoblin on the brain.
Yeah.
Because I've been reading... I had it set in my head that before we recorded this one, I would get more up to date on my Hobgoblin comics from the Amazing Spider-Man series.
Yeah.
But then I had this whole thing where I realised, alright, Amazing Spider-Man gets kind of bullshit in the 80s.
Okay.
The writing is good.
Mm-hmm.
The writing is good, but there's this thing that really bugs me, which is they launched a series in the 70s called The Spectacular Spider-Man.
Okay.
Just as a side series. And it's just doing its own thing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And I was like, well, I'm not going to read that because I'm not that interested. I'll just go through the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then I was just reading it and I read like the Hobgoblin issue and I got like an issue after that. But at that point in it, Black Cat is missing.
Just missing.
She's dead, basically.
Oh, okay.
Something happened to her that was like, everyone thinks she's dead. Then I just carried on reading it and then I just get to an issue and then Peter Spider-Man swings through a hospital window. Black Cat is in a coma. And then he's like, man, I can't believe Black Cat came back from the dead and then got put into a coma by Dr. Octopus. And I was like, what the fuck?
What?
I was like, Dr. Octopus is back and Black Cat is back and now she's in a coma? And then you see the little asterisk. If you want to know more about this, go to Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. I was like, fuck off.
That's some bullshit.
Because now it's like, I'm actually not getting a complete story until I read
another tie-in comic.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'm not going to go back and just read a few random issues. So I went back and I read all of them. Well, all of them up to that point.
Yeah.
Which is like 7 years worth of those comics.
So not an insignificant amount at all.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I got to catch up because clearly I've been missing some stuff. And I went all the way through and I just caught up today. And along the way, I realised that the Marvel Comics Unlimited app doesn't have every issue of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The issues involving Black Cat and Dr. Octopus are among the ones that are missing. So I read the whole thing for no reason. I don't know, it was like 50 issues.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then I caught up and I was like, before I get here, we start recording, be good to know all my Hobgoblin stuff. Yeah. So I'll finish the current Hobgoblin storyline. And there's this issue which has a picture of Spider-Man holding the mask as he's unmasked Hobgoblin. I was like, fuck. Yeah, I'll watch that, and then I'll read that. And I knew there was a kind of fake out at some point.
Yeah.
And I read that issue before I got here to record, and turns out that was not the fake out, but a fake out before the fake out. There's a famous fake out, and that hasn't happened yet.
But there's a fake out before the fake out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just like, so I just kind of... I don't know, I just rushed through reading so many comics before this recording, and then it was just for no reason.
Yeah.
So I just know the exact same amount.
But do you know, like, so much, like, unrelated stuff, though? Think about all the unrelated information you have now.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could just pull something out and be like, haha, but I guess I read another issue with the Gibbon in it.
Oh, shit. Well,
yeah, the Gibbon and the Beetle.
The Beetle.
Yeah, do you know about the Beetle? He's like I think he turns up in the Spider-Man game or two.
I'm just imagining the Beatles in the Spider-Man game.
He's just he's basically Iron Man. He's just got like a mechanized suit that looks kind of a bit like a beetle, and he's got wings.
Okay, that's...
His first costume looks fucking dumb.
Okay, it sounds really dumb.
And then he upgraded it for the Gibbon issue, and then he looks pretty good. And then Gibbon looks slightly less stupid, but still stupid.
That's a very low bar.
Yeah, and then he gets his ass kicked again.
Again, classic Gibbon.
Yeah, it was actually it was an alright issue.
Well, that sounds like classic Gibbon, really, yeah. So does the initial, like, Beetle outfit kind of look like Heracross? That's what I'm kind of imagining.
Oh, right. I'll get it up. See, this is what he looks like when he's upgraded.
Oh, that's fucking stupid. Jesus.
No, that's him upgraded.
Oh my god, it gets worse?
Yeah, I mean, this is
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's that. That's what he is.
Okay.
But before that, he looks like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where his wings are fucking massive and he's got these massive suckers on his on his hands.
He's a massive sucker in general. That sucks. Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's the Beetle.
That's the Beetle for you. Maybe a weird little bullshit. Awesome.
No, he's too cool.
He's too cool?
Yeah.
Damn. Next time.
I don't worry, I've got like 10 ideas for weird little bullshit coming up, but some of them I'm just like, oh, I have to reread those.
Cannot wait.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to the weird lore on another day, but today we're going to focus on episode 12. Okay, so in episode 11, as far as I remember, we had one of the worst cliffhangers of all time, and it kind of was confirmed in this week's episode. So, end of last episode, Spider-Man swings into a building, he's being chased by the Hobgoblin, who throws a bomb through a window. What's going to happen? To be continued. And it cuts to that exact moment, and Spider-Man has just gone through the building he was in, and comes out the other side. So
yeah.
He's fine.
I mean, you know what? It's the kind of cliffhanger they have in ad breaks, like throughout the episode. So it wasn't a particularly special one.
No, it was a very, just basic, oh, we'll be back in 10 minutes, but it took a week for some reason.
And spoilers, that's kind of like what the whole formula of this episode feels like. It's part 2, obviously, but in the sense that it feels like they divided a large episode into
2, yeah.
So you could have had an ad break in between the cliffhanger and now, and then it would have just seamlessly gone. Yeah,
it feels very much like they had an hour special. It probably would have been a double bill, if you were watching it on TV or something like that. But yeah. And yeah, so Spider-Man jumps through a window, and he's dodging through bombs, he's going through all that shit, and the glider's following him. Of course, this glider's super smart and all that. So Spider-Man kind of ends up on the ground, and he realises that the buildings are too low to swing on. He has a bit of a Spider-Man Homecoming moment where he just... It's like, shit, what the fuck am I going to do?
Do you remember what area in New York he's in? Does it specify or anything? He's not in Chinatown or something.
No, I don't think he does.
It's a good note though, because obviously New York isn't all
skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Any big city is not just going to be massive skyscrapers. It's going to be different parts to the city. But the part he's in is anti-Spider-Man parts. It's just low buildings. And if you're a criminal, you just go to let's go to Central Park and you got drug deals there.
Well, to be honest, if you're doing, I don't know, robberies and all that stuff in the middle of Manhattan, that's probably not a great idea to do it anyway.
No, you're going to the suburbs, you know.
Yeah.
But the Spider-Man is kind of powerless. It's just a question of geography. That's just poor businessman. Anyway, filling geography aside, he kind of gets out into the suburbs and he realizes he's kind of fucked. So he hides in a garbage truck, as you do. He's in a dumpster, kind of gets lowered to the ground, and Hobgoblin kind of swings in, flies in. Well, he doesn't swing in at all. He flies in. And yeah, he throws a bomb inside.
He figuratively swings in.
Yeah. Just make a note. When I say swings in, apart from when I refer to Spider-Man, I mean he flies in.
Yeah, when you say about us swinging in, or we're gonna swing into the next segment, that is figurative.
I'm rarely talking about swinging, literally.
We're not swinging over to a separate desk and a separate microphone to do a new segment.
This is so impractical.
Yeah, we have a whole WeWork office set up just for us to jump between tables.
We've got 2 offices.
Yeah.
So we've got to swing between offices for each of these swing-in references.
Yeah.
It's incredibly expensive. So yeah, Hobgoblin flies in, he throws a bomb, and the bomb sets all this garbage on fire, which is a horrible smell. He gets underneath the van, and Hobgoblin's all like, you can't escape me, Spider-Man, blows up the van. And we think, oh no, Spider-Man's dead. So it's the exact same cliffhanger we had 5 minutes ago.
Maybe it was a time thing, but this would have been a better cliffhanger, really, because if you were hiding under a van and it blows up, that's more dangerous than you were in an empty construction site and a bomb went kind of near you.
Yeah, indiscriminate. Not even the harm until it's near him. It's just it went through the same window he did.
Mm.
So yeah, it blows up, and yeah, everyone thinks Spider-Man's dead. A crowd crowds around as they want to do. I think they put a fire hydrant on the car or something like that, and it kind of emerges that Spider-Man escaped through the sewers. It's very dignified, as you can imagine.
I kind of I like this opening scene because he's just. It's not like the last episode was we think he's almost defeated and then it's followed up by him getting the upper hand. He just gets his ass kicked completely in this opening scene, and he only kind of gets away because of hiding. Yeah, he has to crawl back with his tail between his legs pretty much. So he crawls through the sewers, and then because they're trying to put out the fire, more water ends up being dumped on him, so he's kind of wet and miserable. Comes out of a manhole further down and just kind of slinks away. So we cut to Norman Osborn, who's watching a report about his own son being kidnapped. Spider-Man kind of comes in what the fuck? You fucking piece of shit. And asks him what happened. And realises that the Hobgoblin and Norman Osborn made a deal. Spider-Man's kind of it's a terrible idea, why did you do that? It is a good thing to point out that this is the worst guy to make a deal with ever.
Yeah, he's clearly fucking crazy. What's wrong with you? Norman kind of says to him, it's all the way down by midnight, and Spider-Man, by this point, is wet. He's kind of like, probably responsible for garbage. His art's been hurt. He's been had his ass kicked. He's done. So he's like, at 12 of 1, I'm going to come for you. And this all better be resolved. So yeah, he kind of has his threat. He's a bit more intimidating than we used to being, because he's pissed. And he kind of leaves. And he changes back into Peter Parker to see Aunt May, who's still in a coma? What is wrong with her? Like, whatever's wrong with her, she's still like that.
Shock coma.
Yeah. Classic Aunt May. Yeah, asks like MJ how Aunt May's all doing, and she's like, yeah, there's no response, and he's kind of like, fuck. And he kind of asks for forgiveness for like being so lame.
One thing I'll say about that last one, that it really reminded me of something I'll show you now, is the cover of The Amazing Spider-Man 178, which is this.
Wow, she is sweaty. And also...
Okay, that's... Alright. Sorry, I should have pointed out context before you said that remark. Jesus Christ. I could have showed you anything right then.
Yeah. It is a Spider-Man comic. It's like an actual Spider-Man comic. It's not... Nothing dirty.
Yeah. Jeez. The issue is Aunt May is in a hospital bed. Mary Jane is like sponging her sweaty forehead, looking after her and sort of frowning while thinking Aunt May is dying and only Peter Parker can save her, but where is he? While outside the window right behind her, he's like struggling, fighting with the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And it's a dynamic that, I don't know if it's like a deliberate reference, but it's definitely reminiscent of it.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought, actually. It's like a reference also they kind of make in the Spider-Man movie as well, the first one. So like Aunt May in hospital, like Spider-Man fighting the Green Goblin, Mary Jane, a little bit. Not quite the same.
Does Mary Jane look after Aunt May in that movie at all?
She kind of like sits with her for a bit.
They have a moment. Fuck. It wasn't that long ago I watched this movie, I already forgot that.
But yeah, so he goes to see Aunt May, and then we cut to the evil WeWork, Crime Central. Mm-hmm. So, Kingpin's in his office, and the Hobgoblin arrives, and he's not there. So he kind of gets comfortable, he kind of like sits in Kingpin's chair, and he's like, yeah, I could get used to this. All that crap. Mark Hamill is hamming it up, he's having a great time.
Yeah.
And then Kingpin kind of comes in, and he's like, well, I see you're making yourself at home.
He doesn't just come in, he sort of comes in through the hidden elevator in the floor, so he just rises out the floor like he's in a Spice Girls concert.
How many goddamn elevators does this guy have?
Yeah.
He's like, and that one, like, it looks so small, he barely gets through it. Like, it like brushes his shoulders as he comes through.
Yeah, well, that's how he keeps, like, from getting too fat. It's just like, if you can't fit through that, that's a sign.
Well, like, he can't stop himself from, like, going, like, he goes, like, away for Christmas and he comes back. He uses the elevator and he just snaps his collarbone, and that's not really useful, is it?
Or well, maybe he takes that into account, the Christmas weight. That's how he measured himself at Christmas.
Anyway, so he comes through his, like, weird elevator, like, the crowd goes wild. Not really. He's like, yeah, you really making yourself at home here, Hobgoblin. And Hobgoblin's kind of like, yeah, I want my money. Where's my money, bitch?
Yeah, which he's been saying for fucking ages
now. Like, he's like, give me my bread. Where's my bread, Kingpin? And Kingpin's like, well, I would, but you kind of fucked me over again, because we cut to that scene where, like, Alistair Smith has been recording him in the last episode, where he's, like, trying to make a deal with Norman Osborn. And he's like, well, shit, you caught me. And then Hobgoblin tries to, like, flip it again and say, oh, I was fucking over him, not you.
Which...
He's been doing, like, so many times.
Yeah, I mean, it also might be true. It's really hard.
We generally don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like it's not that he's doing a specific number of double crosses, as much as he is always going to double cross everyone again and again and again, to the point that...
It's just multiple crosses.
Yeah, it would just keep going.
Yeah.
You know, forever until... he doesn't need to anymore.
Yeah. And eventually he'll double cross himself. Because that's all he has left. Anyway, Kingpin fires his ass. He's like, get out of my fucking office.
I think even
get out of my chair.
You think how last episode there was this weird, bizarre love triangle between Kingpin, Smythe, and Hobgoblin. And then this is played like a angry breakup. Because
a little bit.
He even says he sends his guards after him, and I'm pretty sure it's at this point that he says, I never want to see him again.
Yeah.
And it's like he's just like, fuck you. He found out that he cheated on him.
Yeah, he's like,
I
trusted you.
Yeah. Really
it's like raining outside, and it's just really sad. Coldplay is playing in the background. Kingpin, like, is pissed off. He sends in the guards, and Hobgoblin tries to like, fly away and fuck around. And at this point, I think it's at this point, right, that like Smythe is like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here because he's gonna blow this place the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like flying around.
And
like,
Kingpin wants to just like punch him, and it's like, dude, he's got missiles and he's flying around.
You're just very one like fat / muscular dude. You're not going to be able to fight this guy.
Yeah. Although Kingpin is a super soldier, effectively.
Yeah. His body is like barely functioning because of all the muscle. Like
he could take him. He's like, hold me back, hold me
back. And Smythe is like, no, I can't do that. I physically can't do that. You'll just drag me along with you.
Yeah.
So they decide to run, and like one of the funniest things in this entire series is watching Kingpin run.
Yeah. It's not really.
He's not really built for speed.
He's not designed for that.
Silence weeps watching him run.
It would be much better if he like perched on the end of or the back of Alistair Smythe's hover chair. They just zoomed off like that,
or like
it's like like it's Double Dash. My God, Double Dash! It's like those two are like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
Because they're like Baby Mario and Wario.
What would their like? You get the special items in that game, like the super item that is character specific, like the giant Donkey Kong banana, or like the giant Bowser shell.
That's a good question.
They're mostly just giant things.
Yeah.
But I wonder what the specialty item for Smythe and Fisk.
So Smythe will definitely be the Spider Slayer. Like a big Spider Slayer.
Right, yeah.
But what about the Kingpin? I don't know about him, because like, would he just like get out and like roll over people?
Yeah, who like roll and then like get back on the cart. He's like something to do with muscles.
He like throws his little like corsage like away and like, blind somebody.
He summons Vanessa.
Vanessa, come save me.
Smythe's special move is that his dad appears on your car and then blows up.
My father. Did he get out?
Just stuck in the wall.
No!
Not again! And he's aware of what's happening every time. He dies every time.
Yeah, he throws him on. I hope my dad's alive.
Smythe never really truly dies, so he's like in that purgatory place and he's like, just let me go to hell, please! And no, he's like... he's stuck in Mario Kart forever.
Oh, God. Anyway, back to
I'd
love to see a kart series based on not Spider-Man, but Spider-Man the animated series
specifically.
Yeah,
I would fucking love that. We have to like actually get into this because we can talk about this for the entire like episode, but we should probably get to the actual episode.
Yeah, I think Doc Ock would be OP in that.
Yeah, Doc would be super OP. He'd be like just like getting people out with his arms.
He can just drive and then his arms do everything else.
His arm, yeah. Or like his arms could drive, he could just like run alongside it and just like jump on people.
What's the point of that other than to make himself tired?
Well, you can like you can jump to other cars and like hit people in the head.
I feel like that's I don't know that's like the equivalent of like running on your hands and trying to punch people with your feet. Like you're just making it so much harder.
But it looks so much cooler. But yeah, so much harder.
It would look way less cool.
Rhino and Shock would pair up. That's an obvious pair.
Rhino wouldn't need a car. Yeah. But I want to see him in one. The smallest car.
And Bobby Robertson would be the best character.
You got all these superheroes and villains and it's just Robbie Robertson because it's a kart game. You can still drive a car.
And he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, he doesn't have any special abilities because he's a person.
He's just panicking the entire time. It's possible it's probably disappointment and it just hurts like you inside. There's a whole like thing I want to get into so badly. Where was I? Not Donkey Kong. Kingpin running away from like explosions and shit. So Kingpin is running away. Hobgoblin kind of like takes over like the crime. He's like, I'm the hero of crime now.
What?
He kind of takes over like
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin, yeah, kind of takes over.
You said like Hobgoblin or something like that. You said like it was like no words. I can't wait to select that piece of just dialogue and just play that back to you of like that was not any word.
It was just gibberish.
I think you said concubine.
I might have, but no, if I meant Hobgoblin. So Hobgoblin is he kind of like takes over as the crime king, so to speak. He sits in Kingpin's like oversized chair. He's like, I'm stuck on the ass screws, but I'm king of crime now, and he starts to like take over effectively.
And that's when you see how big this operation is.
Yeah,
I mean, we've already established that he controls like all crime on the planet or whatever, and he's got all these like cameras everywhere. Kingpin is basically like Big Brother, right? Yeah. Like he can see fucking everything, and it's like to the point where it's like going on a mugging, and it's just like camera footage from an obscure alley where someone's getting mugged, and it's just like, how is there a camera there?
How does he know? Like, that camera's just useless like 99% of the time, except there's one's mugging.
Maybe they're just motion, not motion, they're crime sensors.
Crime sensors.
So they detect crime, and they just like, oh, there's a guy throwing his trash on the floor.
Yeah. You get like an alert, like, oh shit, oh no, it's just a guy like jaywalking.
Yeah.
He like goes up and it's like his own like office. He's like, oh shit, I punched Hobgoblin like 10 seconds ago. I'm getting footage from it now. It's so inefficient. How like system sensitive is the crime sensor? Is it like, does he know when Smiley hasn't washed his hands after going to the toilet and stuff like that as well?
I don't know if that's a crime. I think it has to be like a legal thing.
It's not like just like bad etiquette or anything like that.
No, I mean that's the next like that's what Kingpin does with his free time.
Yeah,
like his job is the crime.
Right, yeah,
but then in his free time he's just like watching people not wash their hands and be slightly passive aggressive to each other. And it's just that, and he's chilled out. Cucumbers on his eyes. It's just basically him watching like co-workers making racist jokes.
Oh no, a black person just walked by. Yeah. And they went really quiet. But yeah, like, Hobgoblin's all over there now. That's his hobby now.
I fucking love your inability to say Hobgoblin.
Yeah, it's a really hard word for me to say. I think
you said Bob Hoblin.
Bob Hoblin.
Bob Hoskins. Oh, that's so new.
We've come full circle.
Back to Bob Hoskins. Oh shit, that was the first episode.
The first episode,
we talked about Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't talk about him, we just mentioned
we referenced him.
Yeah.
In like some weird tangent we went on. Time is a flat circle.
Bob Hoskins Part 2. Let's get back to it.
You thought about the Hobgoblin? You're wrong. So yeah, like he kind of like goes, oh well, there's this guy who I captured like 2 hours ago. I'm gonna let him free. And he kind of like unties him. He opens like his blindfold. He's like,
oh yeah, he gets Harry out, right? Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you're free to go. And he makes him watch all these like things going on. And he's like, yeah, look at all this crime I can do. And then immediately takes him as a hostage. Like,
yeah, he unties him and ties him up again.
There was no point in that.
Harry is kind of the Robbie Robertson of this episode compared to like Robbie in episode 7 with Craven.
Yeah.
He's just like, the whole time he's like, I don't know what's going on. It has something to do with my dad. Why is there goblins here? Yeah. Why is he showing me all these crime recordings?
Yeah. Why is he showing me this guy fails to pick up after his dog? What does that do with anything? He's like, you know what? Blindfold again. And yeah, like he calls up Norman Osborn and he's like, well, I got your son now. And he's like, you already had my son. And then he
just keeps repeating it.
Yeah, but this time he has like a new gambit of like, give me your company and all your inventions and shit like that.
Yeah.
And Norman's like, what am I gonna do? And at this point, well, like Kingpin just rolls in. Well, no, Smythe rolls in. And Kingpin's
like... no, he doesn't. He hovers in.
He hovers in.
Yeah.
And Kingpin rolls / walks in.
He rolls in like like the Indiana Jones border. Yeah. He does the Donkey Kong roll through the door. I wish Smythe like drifted in.
Yeah, he like skids to a halt.
I mean, if you got a hover chair, like why bother just like slowly going everywhere? Just go like sick flips and donuts and.
To be fair, if you crashed, that's just horrible.
The sickest moves he did was in the Alien Costume Part 2 in episode 9, where Spider-Man like spins him around with his webs and he starts doing donuts.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that on purpose.
There was also that bit where he captures, like, what was it, like John Jameson, and he kind of, like, skids out of the way.
Yeah.
Little, like, side
skid. That's just like a side dodge.
But it kind of looks cool, though. Over on this side, I've got John Jameson.
Jonna Jameson.
Jonna Jameson. I bet that's probably his first name. That's probably what the J stands for. It's just Jonna Jameson.
The first one stands for J. Jonah Jameson. So it's J. Jonah Jameson, J. Jonah Jameson, John Jameson.
What?
Oh, he hasn't got 3 J's, has he?
Yeah, he's J. Jonah Jameson, Jonah Jameson. If the first J is for Jonah Jameson, then this first be J. Jonah Jameson, Jonah Jameson. Right?
No, I mean, there's no just John Jameson in it. There's no J. John Jameson.
No, well, I guess.
What do you mean, I guess? You're not happy with him having a different name?
No. I'm furious at it.
I think we should change the canon so that the joke works better.
Now you're on my level. God damn. All things considered, Kingpin and Smythe kind of roll in. They're like, yo, so yeah, Hobgoblin fucked you up, right? And Norman's like, yeah, that's what happened. They kind of go like, well, let's team up to take him down because he's kind of pissing both of us off now. So like, they're like, what, do you have any plans? And like, Osmond's like, oh yeah, I know a guy.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, he's got like another gimmick villain. Like the Shocker's going to come back and be like, whatever you need, boss. Like, I'm paid by the hour, man. But it's Spider-Man he's talking about.
Yeah, and that's actually a common, not a common, but I've seen Kingpin do that a lot in comics where, in fact, I read one today as part of that binge that went nowhere.
Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger are trying to kill Kingpin, and...
Who are Cloak and Dagger?
Oh, do you not know who Cloak and Dagger are?
No idea.
Oh, I don't think they show up in this show, but they have their own fucking Marvel series now, like one of the TV shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently it's pretty good, but yeah, the whole thing, Cloak and Dagger, they're just, one guy he wears a cloak, and within his cloak is like this dark void.
Okay.
So anyone who goes under his cloak is like sucked into this like dark dimension, sort of, not like dark dimension in Doctor Strange, but just an abyss.
Yeah.
So he can just swoop people into that, and then they're just trapped there forever.
Worst Tinder profile ever.
Yeah. But he can do that, and then also he can teleport.
Which is pretty cool.
And then Dagger...
Where's a giant dagger?
No. Dagger, she's basically got light powers as opposed to his dark powers. And then she throws like light daggers.
Okay.
But they like fuck you up. Like they don't stab you and physically hurt you, but Spider-Man gets hit with one and he's just out of it for like an hour after one hit.
Really?
Yeah, she's pretty powerful, but also she uses them to like cure people of drug addiction as well. Anyway, they're pretty cool because they just come on the scene. They're just like, we're gonna fucking murder the shit out of every drug dealer, and Spider-Man's just like, yeah, please don't do that.
That's not cool, guys.
Yeah, and trying to stop them, and he ends up fighting them a lot because of that.
Yeah.
But they end up kind of being on the same side, and there's a point when they're going after Kingpin, and then Spider-Man turns up to stop them, and Kingpin's like, yeah, I already knew you'd come here because you're you.
Yeah.
So, can you fight them so that they don't kill me? And then he's like, fuck you, I don't want to do that, but yeah, I don't want them to kill you.
Yeah.
So...
I had to do the right thing, I guess.
So he just ends up fighting for Kingpin. A bit of the situation you get in here.
Yeah. Which
is just... I'm just going to play my enemies off each other, and there's not, even if they know that's what's happening, it doesn't really matter.
No, it's classic Kingpin in many ways.
And in this case, Spider-Man definitely doesn't know because he hasn't even met him. Or he's met him, but he doesn't know that Wilson Fisk is...
this big crime lord.
Yeah, he just thinks he's a
fat dude that he knows.
Yeah, a fat dude who loves shoveling dirt. Yeah. But instead, he's a big evil dude full of muscles.
Who doesn't like shoveling dirt at all.
Yeah.
What a betrayal. So yeah, Norman kind of comes in and is like, well, I kind of need you, bud. And Spider-Man's like, where the fuck is he? It's 12:01, you piece of shit. And he's like, well, we've got another plan. And then he kind of like takes Spider-Man through this tunnel that Smythe and Kingpin kind of escape out of. And he's like, yeah, you just go through here. And he doesn't really tell him where to go, he just says, go in that door. And Spider-Man has to figure it out. And then, yeah, he kind of sneaks in to, like, Crime Central.
So now he's in Crime Central. So he's in a Chrysler building, but he doesn't even...
No, he's in the Crisis building. He's like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah, he's like, whose place is this? I guess this is the Hobgoblin's hideout.
He accidentally walks into, like, a startup on the other side. And like, oh shit, sorry. And it ends up like a product meeting. And he's like, fuck, where am I? Which building is it? Which room am I going to? I
don't really understand this secret tunnel.
Yeah.
Because
it's just the other level of the building, surely.
I mean, it's got to be further away, but it looks like he's in a dilapidated building.
Yeah.
So, and you haven't got that, like, right in the centre of Manhattan, so maybe he, like, ran for miles and miles underneath.
He was there for days.
Yeah.
Only reason he found it is because he just needed somewhere to go. Because, yeah, like...
It's easier for Kingpin, because he could just, like, go in the back of the hover chair and just chill out, and just like, take a nap, listen to a podcast.
Throw a red shell at Mario as he drives by. The physics of it don't make any sense, for the love of God. So yeah, eventually he kind of comes in, it's like, oh shit, I'm in like the Hobgoblin's like hob den. And then he's like hiding behind things, and he's watching just the Hobgoblin fucking around by himself, like talking about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this crime go on. He's kind of like playing people off each other again, trying to get like a crime going, and then being like, oh, I can stop this crime for a price.
Oh right,
and he's doing that whole thing again.
Yeah, and he's like selling some black market shit.
Yeah, so there's some vague black market shit. And he kind of sneaks in. Spider-Man kind of sneaks in, and he kind of whips his glide to the floor.
Yeah.
And then the Hob is like, what the fuck are you doing? And they start...
Well, you started calling him the Hob, because you're just like, I give up trying to say Hobgoblin.
Yeah. It's a really hard word for me to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, he's kind of like fucking around with his glider, because it's been webbed to the ground, and Spider-Man's like, I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch. And eventually he kind of cuts it loose, and they start to really, like, get at it. Spider-Man and the Hob, they're, like, fighting around, and Spider-Man's fighting him, and the Hob is throwing bombs everywhere, so his face is blowing the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's going to shit.
Not really thinking it through.
No. He's like, I think, like, yeah, like, once he's out of sync, he's a bit, like, surprised. He just loses all sense of, like, organization completely.
Yeah, and also I don't think it really necessarily works inside as opposed to outside.
No, he's a very much an outside kind of villain.
And also the earlier fight, he couldn't swing at all, could he? Because there were small buildings, and now he's in a place where there's, like, a roof and everything is a lot easier. It's like a Spider-Man 1 level. Yeah. So he could just swing around infinitely.
Whereas the Hobgoblin's kind of, like, limited to a very limited space.
Yeah.
So this fight's less, like, uneven than it was last time. He's trying to, like, get out of it. He kind of ends up with, one razor disc left. Does the Hobgoblin. The Hob. And so he's got one disc left, and he kind of, like, throws it. And it kind of, like, takes out this giant rope, and this receptacle starts to fall, and in the receptacle is Harry Osborn, who's just been dangling this the whole time.
Yeah, wondering what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, just blindfolded again, like, oh, where am I? And Spider-Man's like, oh, I've got to fucking kick this guy's ass, but I can't let this guy die. So he saves Harry, and then he kind of, like, carries him out of the building as it's blowing up. There's a little bit where, like, there's a little, like, snapshot we see later on in the series as part of the opening credits.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so, like, that whole thing happens where he's, like, running through this building again. And then at that point, he kind of takes him back to his father's lab. Not his home, but his father's lab. Where he's like...
Yeah, back to Oscorp.
Back to Oscorp, yeah. He's like, what the fuck, dude? This is your son. You fucked up. And they have this whole, like...
Look how fucked up your son is.
Yeah.
Look, he's horribly disfigured. This is what it normally looked like.
Like, oh, shit. I'm
Look what
fine.
you did to his hair.
Look what you did to his hair.
He could have been a normal boy.
He'd have friends and everything, but no. Oh, he was born... Oh, it's genetic. I'm sorry. Shit. So yeah, he's having a bit of, like, a head-to-head with, like, Norman Osborn being like, you don't care about this kid at all. And Norman's kind of like, well, it's either I make lots of money or I take care of this ugly child. And I was like, I chose a good option, pretty much. And he says, just because I don't spend time with him at all doesn't mean I don't care about him.
Yeah.
And it's at this point where, like, Hobgoblin's kind of followed them.
Yeah.
And he kind of throws a bomb, and then, like, Norman dives to save his son.
Proves that
he doesn't hate him.
Yes, yeah, he doesn't want him to die.
Actively.
And Harry's, like, awake for this, so he's like...
Is he unblindfolded at this point?
Yeah, I think so. I think he unblind. I don't think he... I think he takes it off when he saves him. Yeah. But I think he was kind of, like, unconscious for a while, but then he wakes up just, like, opening one eye to hear his dad say, I don't hate my son. And he's like, yes.
Score for Harry Osborn.
Nailed it.
He doesn't hate me. It's going to be the final showdown between, like, Spider-Man and Hobgoblin. And we're outside again, so Hobgoblin has the upper hand again. This time Spider-Man's like, I can't fight this guy by weathing up to him and following around on, like, his glider because that doesn't work.
Yeah, I tried it 17 times and it didn't work.
Each time it failed. So he has, like, a slightly better idea, which is, like, slightly more clever. So he kind of hides in a smokestack for a little while. And then, like, hiding, and then he waits till the Hobgoblins kind of fly over him, and he just...
Well, I think he stands on the edge.
Okay.
And then dives down last minute.
Oh, yeah, that's it. He kind of dives down last minute, and, like, he kind of swoops in and hits the top of it, which damages his glider. And it's a bit like the first Spider-Man film again, where, like, he damages Green Goblin's glider, and he kind of, like, flies away with his glider malfunctioning, going like, we'll meet again, Spider-Man!
Yeah, but then just crashes into the water.
Yeah. It's much less dignified than
and then Spider-Man's like, well, that's the end of that chapter. Yeah.
Probably, like, see if the guy drowned, but nah, it's cool. And yeah, that's how the conflict ends. And it's at this point where Spider-Man's like, I think I'm forgetting something. And he realises his aunt's still in a coma.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the hospital, and there's a doctor there who's going way beyond his station. He's like, where the fuck have you been? For like 9 hours.
Yeah. This doctor, fuck him.
Fuck this asshole.
He doesn't just say that, he's just like, he goes on this whole thing about like, you weren't here, you don't care about your aunt. Young people don't care about anything these days. I wish you were here. What were you doing? And then Peter Parker's like, I had to take care of some stuff. Yeah. And he's like, treating him like he's just an absolute piece of shit. For one thing, how is that like a fucking doctor's place to say any of that?
Terrible bedside manner.
And also, you know nothing about this guy's life. I mean, obviously, he can't say I was fighting a goblin.
Yeah. That would sound like a lie.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was gonna... I went to find a goblin man.
Even in a city with supervillains and stuff like that, a goblin sounds a bit far.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, he could have been working...
Yeah.
Like, he could have other things. If someone's in a coma, you're not meant to sit by their side
and, like, will them to wake up.
Yeah, what is he gonna do?
He's gonna pay for his aunt's, like, hospital bill, because he fucking lives in America. They have no free healthcare.
Yeah.
So they're costing, like, thousands of dollars. He has to work it off.
Yeah, you should have said, I don't have the same salary as
You.
you, asshole.
I'm not a goddamn doctor. I'm a photographer in New York.
But man, I got so mad. Like,
He's being a dick.
I don't, like, when we tend to watch these episodes together, like, before we do anything, and even though when we watch it together, I don't really say much when we watch them, because I kind of want to hold it in and then we talk about it in the actual podcast, rather than just, like, get rid of that energy. But then I just couldn't help it when as soon as he started speaking, I was like, fuck you, you piece of shit. hate this doctor. And it happens in the comics as well. There's always, because Army's always in the hospital, and then there's always a doctor who's like, sounds like you don't give a shit about your aunt. It's like, fuck off.
Who the fuck are you to say? What? Have you heard someone you saw your kid, you asshole? What's definitely happened?
Oh wait, I forgot, he's dead. Oh, sorry, shit.
My bad. And this guy definitely went home. Like, if he was, like, made today, he'd go home and complain about kids on Twitter.
He makes it a generational thing. It's so stupid.
What an asshole. But yeah, like, so he goes over to his aunt and asks MJ, like, oh, how's she doing? He's kind of thanks her for staying because he's been so busy, and she's all like, yeah, it's fine. And she's like, the experience kind of made me want to stay with her more for some reason.
Just to stay with her aunt.
Yeah.
Back in Forest Hill.
Forest Hill?
Forest Hills.
Is it Forest Hills?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought you meant Forest Hill. I was like, that's an interesting coincidence. Yeah.
I mean, it is a literal interesting coincidence. They're all very similar names. Yeah. They're different places. The Forest Hills is where Peter Parker's aunt lives.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, the plot from last week where, like, the two aunts are going to, like, aunt it up, have a double aunt situation is going to be dissolved because of this whole thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, as we find out in the next bit.
Yeah. So, like, Aunt May kind of wakes up. It's actually really funny. She's like, oh, yeah, hi, Peter. And Peter's like,
don't worry, I beat up that goblin.
Yeah, he's gone now. And, like, he's not going to harm you again. And she's like, Hobgoblin? I was like this because your room was a piece of shit. You live in a fucking shithole. You can't live away from me, yeah?
Yeah, she's like, she went into like a proper like messiness induced coma.
This whole like Hobgoblin thing was like completely like unnecessary.
Yeah, and then she said she doesn't. This is so stupid. Like,
It's really funny.
She says like, oh, you're clearly not well enough to like live away from me just yet. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, that's kind of a funny joke. And then Peter goes, yeah, I agree. And I was like, what? So he's just not. He's just gonna
move out now.
He's just gonna move out
because his aunt had a coma.
Did they hard confirm that he's moving back, or are we just assuming he is? Or
I'm assuming, but it isn't. I don't think you have him back at the house yet.
I mean, he's got a. If she fucking like wanting a fucking like emotional manipulation,
that would be so shitty.
I mean, if it sounded like that to me. Like he's just gonna move back in with his aunt because she went into a coma because he had. It wasn't like he lived in a messy state for months and it's like, wow, you need to learn how to be a person.
It was he moved in yesterday.
Yeah, he had a big party. Other people caused mess.
He's still got boxes in his bedroom because he hasn't unpacked yet.
Yeah, fucking hell. Like, man.
And she gets attacked by a Hobgoblin and she uses this as a point to manipulate him back into her house.
Yeah. She just faked this coma, didn't she? She was just like closing her eyes like, he's not crying yet. I'll stay in this coma.
Yeah, come on. And she gets her tears. She gets her nephew back, and he's all like, "Yeah, I'll stay." Because I'd be like, "No, bitch, fuck you. I'm out now. I paid my deposit at this point. I'm out."
Yeah. Oh god, it's stupid. But
it's so stupid.
Then she like
she turns back around again, and she's like, "Well, your uncle would have been proud of you for
saving Kingpin."
Yeah.
Well, Wilson first, she doesn't know he's Kingpin.
Saving that crime lord. That nice crime lord.
But this is another thing of her having... I mean, I know the whole city is deceived, but again, thinking what a lovely man you saved.
Worst judge of character ever.
Yeah, she's the worst with this. But I don't know about you, but when Peter Parker like flashes back to saving Wilson Fisk and the fact that Hobgoblin tried to kill him and everything... And I swear he's doing it the whole time with his, like, frowny, suspicious eyes. Yeah. And I started getting the feeling, like, is he just sort of figuring stuff out? Or is it just a random flashback? Because it seems weird for him to, like...
Is he wishing he didn't kill him? He's like, I wish I let the guy die. Oh, this was so much easier if I just let him die.
Yeah, and then just let the Hobgoblin go home.
Yeah. And then, like, he wouldn't have to, like, worry about, like, his Aunt May almost dying. He'd live where he wanted to. But yeah, she's like, Uncle Ben would have been proud of you. Which pulls at his own little heartstrings. He's like, that made me feel good inside. And I think, is there a flashback to Uncle Ben at this point?
If it is, it's pretty brief. I can't remember.
Yeah. And then, like, Hobgoblin flies into the moon. He's like, I will have my revenge, Spider-Man. No one knows where he's going. He's just kind of just flying somewhere. His glider's fixed. It's kind of not really, like, resolved. He's kind of vaguely promising revenge, so he's going to see him later on at some point, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was actually the last shot of the episode.
Uncle Ben would have been very proud.
Don't forget me, Spider-Man. I'm not going to forget you.
So, what do you think of episode 12, Hobgoblin Part 2? You know what I mean.
Don't worry, we'll be free of his fucking name next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very Part 2. It was very just concluding the last episode. In a way, it almost feels like they had this story they wanted to tell, and then later on figured this is too much for one episode.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that they spread it out across two. In the same way with earlier episodes, we said it would have been nice to get 2 episodes out of this rather than just like it all crammed into one and rushing the ending.
Yeah.
So I kind of appreciate it for that. But saying that, other than maybe the opening fight, I wasn't really like a huge fan of this one. It was very an average episode.
Yeah,
It wasn't bad. It wasn't particularly funny. It wasn't particularly exciting. There was no new elements because everything had been introduced last week. So
I didn't really go anything different with it. We didn't like find out who the Hobgoblin was or like why he's all doing this. It's just, let's save this for another day. I guess the only thing is we get more like Harry Osborn.
I mean, you get more Harry Osborn going, what, where am I? And then being blindfolded again. I don't think he had any dialogue.
Is there like a bit when he's like talking to the Hobgoblin? No, not really actually.
He was just like, what? Who are you?
Yeah.
Why am I here? That's like it.
We didn't even get like a climactic like Kingpin smiting when they make up again. It was just like...
We do get the bit where he says, right at the end of the episode, he does say, we're going to rebuild the HQ. You know, like, because he gets back, once the whole fight has gone down and Hobgoblin and Spider-Man have got away, they blow up the secret tunnel, right? Yeah. So now Spider-Man can't find his way back and they've reclaimed the territory.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, I'm going to use this infinite cash supply to fix it all up.
Yeah, he's all like, yeah, we can rebuild. We have the technology.
I want 6 secret elevators now.
Yeah. All of them different sizes. One decoy elevator.
Yeah.
with a meaningless, like, claw.
Yeah, more claws.
Less practical.
I want a hover chair as well.
Yeah.
I'm tired. My legs are tired.
I need a very large hover chair for the Kingpin.
Yeah, my legs are tired from carrying all this muscle around.
His legs are equally as muscular. They're probably even more muscular. He like crush coconuts with his thighs and shit.
Ugh, what a fucking awful image. Moving on from that, what did you think of this episode?
I think second verse same as the verse, honestly. I echo what you said completely. There's nothing particularly bad about this, but like everything we'd seen, which was kind of interesting, and it kind of been done already last episode, and it kind of felt like the second part of the first episode rather than anything else.
I mean, that was literally what it was, which is why I can't really complain too much about it.
There's nothing much really to expect, really, like just a
Hobgoblin Part 2, pros, Hobgoblin, cons, it was Part 2.
Yeah, it was more...
I kind of wish they'd put, I don't know, if there was some other kind of development, like in the same way that in the Alien costume saga, there was like loads of random other stuff thrown in. Like it wasn't just Symbiote and Venom; it was also Shocker and Rhino and shit. Yeah. Like if something else got tangled up in this to make it feel more like a 2-part, you know? But... Yeah,
there's no escalation of like the problems in the first one. It's just here's everything we established last episode, and it's still happening. But there's no, like Aunt-May's not getting worse. Harry's not in more danger. Like the stakes aren't being like raised.
It is actually. Now I think about it, it is very just classic Saturday morning cartoon fare in terms of the villains continue being villains. It's get away to see you another day, especially with Kingpin and Smythe doing laps running around New York City so that Spider-Man doesn't see them at any point.
Yeah, Kingpin has run like more like than everyone in his life.
Yeah, his Fitbit's going like off the charts.
He's like, are you dying?
Smythe, I've hit my steps.
I've walked 7,000 steps today, Smythe. I've earned 1 cupcake. What cupcake should I get? Sprinkles. I'll get sprinkles on my cupcake.
This is quite good D'Onofrio. Yeah. I was doing like cartoon Kingpin as opposed to D'Onofrio Kingpin.
Oh yeah, I love it's the best Kingpin though.
I mean, they both got good voices for it though.
But like the D'Onofrio one has this like intensity to everything.
Everyone warned me that prison would be an inhumane environment. It is. But I find it refreshing. The perfect microcosm of the animal world when an animal wants something, when it needs something. Other things need to be stepped on.
Now that we're talking about Kingpin, I was thinking, since normally on all these episodes we go into comic book origins, last week we were doing Hobgoblin, but then we're on part 2, there's no new characters introduced here.
No.
We've already kind of talked about the origins of everyone involved here, even Norman Osborn to an extent.
Yeah.
So, who the fuck do we talk about? Let's talk about fucking Wilson Fisk.
Previously on Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's talk about Wilson Fisk. What's his deal? What happened to his body that he has like no body fat? He's just all muscle.
Oh, he's like a martial arts master.
No way.
Yeah.
Like
There's a lot of issues in the comics. Even like the Daredevil stuff, he'll be introduced in a scene and he'll just be hanging out, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just do my training for the morning," and then they send like 10 ninjas, and then he just like beats the shit out of all of them, and then like gets a towel, wipes his forehead, and like has a espresso.
Jesus.
And then it's like, who am I gonna murder today?
Sounds like the life, man.
Yeah.
Just wakes up at like 10 o'clock, like, send in the ninjas.
I mean, literally. See, this is what Marvel's Netflix's Daredevil could have been. This is what I wanted. I don't want him like 30 episodes of him going, paintings, Vanessa.
Just him trying to fuck for like so long.
Yeah, but instead it's just like send in the ninjas.
It's time for my morning workout. Send in the ninjas. It's like the same 10 ninjas every time getting their asses kicked. He's like, see you all tomorrow.
It is actually quite a good detail where sometimes he just gets his goons, like his squad, to like fight him, and they're just like regular thugs, and then afterwards they're like, fuck, why did we get elected for this today? You just get thrown across the room and beaten up. Do
you get paid extra for it, do you think? As like a Wilson Fisk thug? In your contract, like, he's gonna try and punch the shit out of you once every 2 weeks. It's like a rota.
Yeah. I think so. I think that's how it is.
Oh shit!
They got to give him enough time to recover their injuries, and then they get back into it again.
Yeah,
it's not really kind of overworking them a little bit.
Yeah. Like if you get in touch with their union, it's all like shit, and they all like kind of like negotiate for their rotas. One guy's like, "Can you swap in for my Saturday? I've got a date on Saturday. I don't want to get my ass kicked." Okay, but if you do my like weekend shift, that's a sad existence. But yeah, so how did it start? So hold on, he's a martial artist. How do they like
he's
get
not a martial artist? He's just like,
okay,
it's just a fact about him.
Okay.
He doesn't like going to like Dragon Ball Z tournaments. Although he's definitely a kind of guy who like Goku would go up, like Kid Goku would start fighting and then be like, I could take on this guy. He's just a big lard. And then just like punches him and it doesn't do anything. He
just breaks his hand.
Yeah. And then he's just like, you didn't know it was all muscle.
And then like he eats Kid Goku.
Yeah. And it's the end.
Yeah. That's a sad ending of Dragon Ball. But
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Fuck, why can't I enunciate today?
You're in a rush.
I'm in a rush today. Okay.
Somewhere to be.
No, I've nowhere to be. This is my life now. But yeah, like, so how do they get, like, what belt is he in? How many belts they have to tie together to get around his body?
I think it's like 17 black belts.
Just like, what kind of martial arts does he do? Also, what is his origin before we get too bogged down?
Yeah, I mean, I've read a lot of Kingpin starring comics, but like if you get that specific of like what was the school of martial arts, he's like, I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Was it like a mall? He goes to like a dojo.
He hangs out in Japan like for a while because there's a point where he gets like basically he leaves New York because he's forced to.
Yeah.
Because he makes a deal and Vanessa makes him turn away from crime, so he goes to Japan for a while and then I think Vanessa maybe she gets killed. And then he's like, oh, fuck it, and goes back to New York. And then she wasn't dead or something. I can't remember.
What did he do to make money? Was he like guest starring as like a Godzilla-like model? Like, why is that?
I mean, there's the obvious thing there is for him to be a sumo wrestler, because that's effectively what he is.
Yeah.
They make a point of him being that kind of fighter.
Yeah, like that would make sense. Like, he wouldn't be like, for example, like doing like backflips and shit all over the place.
No.
Very hard to like move.
No, he just rolls around.
Yeah.
But
a giant lard ball of death.
The weird thing with Kingpin, obviously in this show he's a cartoonish supervillain, but you expect that from a cartoon.
Because it's a cartoon.
But with the way he appears in the 2003 movie and in the Netflix show and in like general comics,
as in also the Into the Spider-Verse a little bit as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean forgetting Spider-Verse, in most of these he's the very ruthless murderer scary, manipulating everyone. He's not cartoonish.
No, he's very just kind of terrifying.
He's like a terrifying, horrible asshole who will do anything to fuck you up.
Yeah.
And he's a Daredevil villain. But that's not how he started.
Okay.
In fact, when he started, he's effectively like a James Bond villain. That's how he acts, which is more in line with the show, actually. His first appearance was in The Amazing Spider-Man 51.
Okay.
Which was written by Stan Lee and drawn by John Romita Sr.
Okay, so just after the Steve Ditko era, I'm guessing.
Yeah, not long after. I can't remember the exact issue where Ditko left, but either way, yeah, it's the next sort of era where they're sort of Peter Parker's starting to like go to college and they're just like moving on slightly at that point. It's a really good series of issues at that point. But he first arrives, he's just in the very first scene, he's voted in to rule all the mobs, which is where he gets the name Kingpin, because he's just the Kingpin of crime.
Yeah.
They don't actually give him his name for quite a while. Like,
he's just the Kingpin.
He's just the Kingpin for a long time.
Nice.
Because he's just that guy who rules the mobs.
Democratically, like, voted him.
Yeah, and he starts off, he's just like, he's talking with like all his capos, you know, and then he's just like, he orders this guy called Blinker, and he's like, you gotta go get J. Jonah Jameson, because that asshole keeps writing about like crime going on, and I'm not happy about it because that's my crime.
Yeah.
And he seems to know something about there being a takeover in the underworld, so he needs to be silenced. So he sends him, and then he sends out Big Turk to go on collections.
Oh, shit.
So Blinker and Big Turk are out on the job.
Yeah.
Big Turk ends up running into Spider-Man and get into a huge fight, but Big Turk escapes. Meanwhile, Frederick Foswell, I think I mentioned him before.
Yeah, rings a bell.
Yeah, he used to be a mob boss called the Big Man, who had a secret identity, and then he was arrested, revealed to be this guy who worked at the Bugle, called Frederick Foswell.
Yeah.
Then Frederick Foswell got out of jail and then went to work at the Bugle again and like became a good guy.
They let him back in.
Peter was like, this is a bad idea.
This is a terrible idea.
But then he ended up being a legit reporter and just a good guy. And he's been like this for like, I don't know, 30 issues.
Okay.
Like, he's just normal. But then he turns up and he's like, I'm going to work with Kingpin now.
Could have seen that coming.
Yeah. He convinces like Kingpin to let him in. Then Big Turk comes back in, causing Kingpin to just yell, Big Turk, not you.
Big Turk, what are you doing here? You have not completed the task I set you.
Did you practice this voice?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, nice one though.
I'm terrified I'll like fuck it up, honestly. This is like instinct.
But anyway, this Big Turk comes in and he's like, you said Spider-Man was out of the picture. We didn't know he was going to be around. What the fuck? And he gets really angry and starts like going to attack Kingpin.
No shit.
I think his guards like go after him, but Kingpin's like, nah.
I got this, and
I'm going to just do it with my bare hands. And he punches him, and he just catches his hand and like crushes his hand.
Oh fuck.
This is when you bring in the muscle cannon starts coming in, you know? First of all, like Big Turk goes, since when can a talking tub of jello do anything?
Oh, yeah.
To which point Kingpin says, did you never suspect that you might be mistaken? That you might be confusing solid muscle for mere fat?
Try and jiggle me. I'm unjiggleable.
Just doesn't move. Solid round muscle. Meanwhile, Spider-Man's getting into another fight with his goons. They escape, but he like gets a spider tracer on them.
Yeah.
Kingpin kidnaps JJ and Jameson, blindfolds him, takes him to his lair, where JJ finds out that Foswell is involved. He's like, fuck you betrayed me. He tells JJ, stop reporting on the crime wave, and JJ's like, nah, fuck you, which is pretty ballsy.
It's classic JJ, if you think about it.
The Spider-Man arrives up and traces them back to the lair, starts fighting them, takes out all his guards, but then Kingpin enters the fight.
Oh.
You know.
It sounds like some Smash Bros.
Yeah, Kingpin rolls in. That's when he reveals his secret weapon, and this is, again, should have been in the Netflix series, but he's got a cane that shoots lasers.
That is incredible.
He walks around with a diamond-topped cane, and then he just shoots like lasers out of it. And it's like a disintegration beam. It's pretty heavy shit.
It's like some full killer shit.
He starts shooting at Spider-Man, but Spider-Man just like grabs his cane, smashes it.
Yeah.
Then Kingpin like just lands one punch and just fucking owns him. Yeah. Like he doesn't land anything for ages, but when he does, Spider-Man's like, okay, I need a minute. Yeah. And then Spider-Man kind of comes back, grabs him by his like collar, but then gas comes out of his like tie pin.
Oh god.
Into Spider-Man's face and knocks him out. he's got all these gadgets and stuff in these early comics, which is very clashing with the Kingpin we know.
He's like a walking Indiana Jones temple. It's insane.
yeah. He's got the giant boulder.
He is the giant boulder.
Yeah, he's got the secret gas, the lasers.
He's booby trapped.
He's a booby trapped man. He is the booby trap.
Call me the booby trap.
This leads through into the next issue, where Kingpin ties JJ and Spider-Man back to back.
Okay.
And it on these chairs in the room, and he slowly fills it with water. Again, very Bond villain.
Super Bond villain.
Yeah.
Do the water have sharks in it as well?
No, it's just water. He's just gonna drown the shit out of them.
Much more efficient.
Yeah.
Much more brutal as well.
Yeah, it's kind of horrible. Of course, Spider-Man eventually wakes up. He breaks out, makes a web dome around them, and they fill it up. There's no window in. They just shut the door, so they don't know what's going on in there.
Yeah.
And then they lower all the water out. They open the door I guess they're all dead now. And then Spider-Man obviously breaks out and kicks everyone's ass.
Yep.
Then JJ runs away just to save himself. Immediately runs into a pipe and knocks himself out. Spider-Man goes to fight Kingpin. Kingpin flees, finds a secret door behind a bookcase.
Oh, classic.
And then he goes in there and Spider-Man tries to follow, but when he goes to the bookcase and pulls it just emits a gas bomb.
God damn it.
There's all his stuff back then. It's just there's so many contingency gas bombs and just random booby traps.
How long did it take him to build all this?
I don't know. It's so over the top, especially since he's not necessarily I guess if you're gonna take over crime in New York at this point, you're like, Spider-Man's probably gonna try and fuck me up. I'll just put some gas bombs everywhere.
Ruin my life with gas bombs. How did you go to the fridge without saying for gas bomb or something like that?
Vanessa, don't go in there.
Vanessa, don't get a yogurt, no! Are they on his pants as well? He has to be like, Vanessa, don't take off my belt. It will kill you.
Oh wait, these are my normal pants. Anyway.
This is the acidic condom. I can't use this one.
JJ wakes up and runs away. He's about to be killed, but then Foswell arrives, reveals that he was actually a good guy. He was just trying to do some deep undercover reporting. Yeah. And he gets there just in time to save Jameson, pushes him out of the way and gets shot and killed.
Oh, wow.
So Foswell is done.
Foswell is, yeah.
And he's actually quite a good character, so it's kind of sad. And then as they get out, JJ gets away and the police arrive and arrest everyone apart from Kingpin, who's disappeared.
Yeah.
And JJ then declares that he's going to make the front cover of the Bugle about how Frederick Foswell is a massive hero and saves the day.
Oh, I didn't think that was going to...
And that Spider-Man is a menace.
There it is.
Yeah. Just as the side feature.
Yeah.
The sports page.
The financial section.
Then he turns up fucking loads after this. He's all over Spider-Man comics for a while. Turns up in 60, 68, 69, 70, 84, 85, 100, and then he goes away for ages, and then comes back 163, 164, 197, and then he starts getting involved with Daredevil.
Okay.
So he's in a bunch of Spider-Man shit. There's all this shit where his son comes in a rival gang boss called the Schemer.
Okay.
In disguise, and then there's another thing where Kingpin has 24 hours left before Vanessa insists he gives up all crime and they move away. So he uses that 24 hours to try and fuck up Spider-Man.
Like a purge kind of thing.
Yeah, he's just get all this crime out of my system. Yeah, and that happens where there's a point where he actually is about to kill Spider-Man, but Vanessa arrives time's up, bitch.
He's like, but Vanessa, I'm about to kill my greatest enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me more time.
So it's only in Daredevil 170, which is in 1981, that his name is revealed.
Hey, Wilson Fisk.
Yeah, or at least that's what Wikipedia is telling me.
Okay.
That might be super wrong, but also, having read a lot of these, I can't specifically remember people calling him Fisk or Wilson or anything like that. Everyone calls him Kingpin, so if it is dropped in there, or if it isn't dropped in there, then I wouldn't have noticed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because everyone just calls him Kingpin. He continues to get involved with Spider-Man over the years. For the issue 250, there's this whole thing with the Hobgoblin where they get involved, but it's after that point that things start getting darker, and that's primarily in the Daredevil comics, because after that, issue 250 in The Amazing Spider-Man. That's when he goes to Daredevil and they do the Born Again storyline.
Is that the one where, like, Karen Page is a hooker and she gives up his, like, identity and all that shit?
Yeah, it's where Kingpin finds out that Matt Murdock is Daredevil and then proceeds to systematically fuck up every inch of his life, and it's like super hardcore and quite a long way from the whole firing lasers out of his cane and
all the gas.
Yeah, all the gas bombs everywhere. So it becomes a lot different. Yeah, and that's and then from that point on, he's almost like a different character, and then that's where the main Kingpin stuff happens, of him being an absolute piece of shit and having this ongoing relationship with Daredevil, which from the Daredevil comics I've read, which is primarily like the Frank Miller ones, and then a lot of the ones that Brian Michael Bendis ones and the Ed Brubaker ones, which are like in the 2000s. Yeah, I've got a lot of blind spots with Daredevil, but
that's fair.
Kingpin's always been a great villain for him. It's almost like a Joker Batman thing where
foil for each other.
Yeah, and there's a great way in which they can interact, and sometimes having a more basic "I'm going to stop you," but then going apart and then coming together again and having to team up to face up against something, and then screwing each other over and having like almost a hating each other but having a mutual respect as yin yang sort of. But it's just weird that he found that relationship with another hero after spending so much time in the Spider-Man comics.
Sometimes you gotta find someone who's right for you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you just go on a few, like, adventures and you realise it's not for you gotta move on.
The Spider-Man stuff...
They still gotta hook up from time to time.
The Spider-Man stuff is fun for me, because while it's not that same level, there is just a fun dynamic to it, because Spider-Man talks shit all the time.
A lot of shit.
And Daredevil isn't really that character, so having him have to demean himself to deal with this like asshole, and then his satisfaction when he gets one up on him because this motherfucker was taking a piss out of me for so long, it's really satisfying. And obviously as fighters they're very different. It's just, I echo the many fans online who would love to see Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin meet Tom Holland in a Spider-Man movie or something. That would be excellent. Just fucking throw it in a... D'Onofrio said he'd fucking do it.
Of course he would fucking do it.
Yeah, I think they'd be scared to officially cross over the Netflix stuff, especially now it's all been cancelled, but...
I mean, like, I forgive them instantly. Like, there must be some right stuff for you to imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, as long as Vincent D'Onofrio doesn't, like, die in those times, I'd be like, yeah, fuck, give me that shit.
I do think that if they were to never, ever bring back Charlie Cox as Daredevil, or any of that stuff, but they wanted to bring Kingpin in, they would just bring in Vincent D'Onofrio at this point, because everyone loves him so much as it. And I think, I mean... Vincent D'Onofrio is doing some weird shit in like Jurassic World and stuff, so like I think he would be fine to go, okay, I won't do the head smashy acting, I'll tone it down a bit, I'll do the same character, but I'll be like, curse you, insect, and make it kid friendly. And I think he would so be up for that.
He'd love that shit. It'd be like level of like Men in Black kind of ham.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he'd go nuts with it. It would be great.
Mental. It'd be fantastic. You could probably tweet to him. He'd be like, "Yes, I would do this instantly. Give me the script. I'll write one myself."
I think he literally tweeted out, like, someone said, like, "Yo, I want to see you fight Spider-Man." He's like, "Yep, Marvel, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And
I will show up at your doorstep. Let's do this right now."
I only have 2 more notes on Kingpin.
Yeah?
Just some random little tidbits. One of which is actually interesting, and the other one would, I think, just make you laugh. And not because it's really funny, but just because it will make you laugh. Which one do you want first?
Let me go for, like, the one that makes me laugh second. So go for the actual interesting.
Okay. He was played by John Rhys Davies.
I know who that is. I recognise the name.
The first live-action Kingpin was in The Trial of the Incredible Hulk, which is the TV movie based off the Bill Bixby, like...
Lou Ferrigno one.
Yeah, the Lou Ferrigno Hulk, where they do a TV movie about... I think they maybe did 2 TV movies, maybe? Yeah. In one of them, 4 turns out. Also, I think Matt Murdock's in it as, like, a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if he suits up as Daredevil or not, but anyway, that was like the first time they like made a MCU in a way.
Yeah,
because the Hulk stuff before then was just Hulk.
Just Hulk fucking around.
Yeah, Hulk. Like, what was that list?
It's like the dumbest list ever.
Wait, there's an amazing list that me and Henry found online. Someone made a list of all the Hulk outs from the Incredible Hulk TV show, and there's so many. There's 131 of them.
Yeah.
And out of context, they're so fucking funny.
Hilarious.
Number 1, problems with flat tire.
We've all been there, folks.
Number 8, being mauled by a bear.
Great. Fantastic.
Number 58, being forced to land a 747 without any training or instructions.
Hulk need more training.
They all, like, just make you realise how bad his life is.
Yeah.
Things like trying to run away from prison work camp, only to fall through a rotted bridge, and then being bitten by a rattlesnake.
I'm so glad I survived this fall from this. Oh, fuck.
Being placed in a cage with an angry gorilla.
That old chestnut. Hate when that happens.
Receiving a speeding ticket.
Oh, fantastic.
Placed in a small room with a ravenous black panther.
Why do they keep putting him in small rooms with animals? Why does this keep happening to him?
Being maced in the face by a police officer.
That'll do it.
Being bitten by a dog.
Getting more and more mundane.
Having a row of computers fall on him. Being pushed down a mountainside by a Bigfoot impersonator. I think that'll be enough. There's 131 we're going to go
We
through.
could go on for all day, folks.
Yeah, but he was played in... Go back. Kingpin was played in the trial of the Incredible Hulk TV movie. He was played by John Rhys Davies, who plays Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
That's why I know him from.
Yeah, so that's a weird choice, but there you go.
I'm down for it.
The other thing is that, have you ever heard of Marvel 1602?
No.
It's an alternate reality series that was initially written by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, nice.
There was a mini-series and then there's been spin-off stuff from it, but the idea of it is, what if Marvel but in the Elizabethan area?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Era. So, in that, Wilson Fisk is a pirate captain. What do you think his boat is called?
Vanessa, obviously.
The HMS Vanessa. There you go, that's all I got on Kingpin.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. Good old Kingpin. Anyway, that brings to the end our origins section of the podcast, and that also brings to the end of the actual podcast itself, I believe, Jack.
Yeah, it's funny how that keeps happening.
Yeah. Like, we keep finishing these. It's really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in to episode 12 of That Nice Spider-Man Show. And next time, we're going to be on the last episode of the season, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's coming up, but I believe it's Lizard Man. But not the Lizard Man we know, the comedian. The other Lizard Man. And yeah, that'll be the end of the season.
That was so confusing.
That was very confusing, and that's why I love it. But yeah, tune in next time to see us round off the season. And yeah, like, if you have any, like, questions about, like, anything we've talked about, because I imagine you have tons, let us know via our various social medias. You know them by now. Subscribe to the podcast, all that jazz. But yeah, for now, it's time for us to sign off. Go about your lives now.